I feel like it hasn't been that long since the last gym, and here we are in gym number 7. Well, going to be there in a minute. Not really much else I can do besides go here, so let's go ahead and get this place out of the way. I will always remember this as being one of the most annoying gyms to get around in because the puzzle in here involves sliding face first into large snowballs. And your goal is to eventually win. The goal of the game is to find parking. Okay, now. So yeah, I guess we'll see if I'm even close to the right level for this gym. Judging from this one trainer and nothing else, I seem okay. Because, you know, that's going to totally match what everything else is going to be, but... The ice type is fragile enough to usually get away with it. Plus I have rock fighting and fire moves on my side, but I don't know. I don't really remember too much about the team that Candace uses here. I will talk more about what I remember it being once we get to that point, but for right now, let's just use stuff, die against stuff, trying to be, like, even on levels, and I don't know why I switched out. Okay, so here's the thing with Double Edge. I think I mentioned this earlier on about Bonsly's abilities. It can get Rockhead as one of the abilities. I think mine ended up with Sturdy. I actually don't even remember. I'll have to check. You know what? Let me do that right now. Because Double Edge is the only recoil move that it can learn, from what I remember. I checked to see if it could get, like... What the hell is that? Isn't there a rock recoil move? I don't remember what it's called. I was gonna say Rockhead, but that's the name of the ability. Yeah, Sturdy, whatever. I guess it doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, we're not going with Double Edge, because even if I had Rockhead, it's a normal move. I could always teach it Return if I really wanted one of those, and I don't, so... Anyway, for this gym, I guess what I should probably do is just try to clear out all the trainers, and then I'll leave and come back, and then I can clear out all the rest of the snowballs, because if I try to clear them all out now and then go and heal, it's going to be a waste of time, so... Okay, so person with single Pokemon is a level 44. That's usually a pretty good indication of what to expect, so I'm going to guess gym leader probably 46 to maybe 48 at the highest. I'm thinking that's probably a bit higher than it might actually be, but I guess we'll find out. So while I'm milling about, have a couple of boring Pokemon teams to talk about in the meantime. Last time was White 2, which obviously was like a main playthrough where I invested a lot of time into it. The next two, not so much. These were both one-shots that already have videos on YouTube that you can watch if you care about them. So I'll just do a very brief job of summarizing them. First one was the Fire Red randomized that I tried out shortly after the whole randomized ROMs fad started. I technically didn't play this one because Bruno was actually controlling it, but I was there and like providing input, so I'm gonna go ahead and count it anyway. The video was like 48 minutes or something like that, and we didn't play it beyond that video at all, so there's really not much to talk about in this one. Basically, it was just, hey, we want to try this out, and turned on, like, basically everything is randomized. So things had really weird types, weird abilities, weird moves, everything. The starter was Whismur, which was named Mimzer. And we had, the other catches were a Ponyta named Deidre, a Wobbuffet named Heather, a Sunkern named Oprah, which I remember as being the Dragon and Steel type, and like the surprising good Pokemon on the team. I don't really remember that much about it. There was a Rayquaza I caught in, like, the first route or something like that, named it Ziz. A Ninjask named Hamlet, and a Hariyama named Bumblebee. A couple of those had reasons for being named that, but most of them I think were pretty much random. To be honest, like, this is... I barely remembered that this was a thing that we did, but it existed, so I figured I'd mention it. To get that information that I just read out, I basically muted the video and skipped forward through it, and that was about it. So, like I said, if you care, you can go watch it. If you don't, then you don't have to. The other one was another randomized playthrough. This one went for a bit longer. It was about 3 hours. This one was on the day that we got the big computer from Joel, the one that we're still currently using, and we're just like, hey, we want to do a stream with this thing and test it out. This thing came pack in with emulators, and like, we certainly would have never been able to run Dolphin on the like the older laptop, but even the DS emulator was difficult to run and get going at a decent speed, so we're like, hey, we'll test this thing out. Did black randomized, and this one was a bit more interesting just because of the weird crap that happened in it. Did I fight all the trainers? Let me do a quick check before I start getting into the team. I don't think I fought that person. Let's see. Not even sure how I would get up there. That is the beauty of this gym. It's very annoying. Oh, I didn't fight this person either. Okay. So we have a large hairy lump. Oh, actually, I just remembered. I asked last time what I should do about the whole, like, using Baton Pass versus using dual screens type thing. The general decision was screw Baton Pass, it's not really worth it. Definitely don't go for Substitute, because you only get a quarter of your max HP out of it, which in this case is like 22 or something like that. Not really worth doing. Like, at a higher level it would be slightly better, but not that much better. And yeah, I still need to fight this one person here. However, my team is not looking too great, so let me go heal. Anyway, black randomized. This one just kind of started out as a weird, like, interesting happening, and then it just kind of snowballed from there, and we kept, like, a naming theme throughout it. So, out of the 3 starters available, one of them was a Virizion, which, since everybody always misreads it as Verizon, wait, that actually works. Huh, I did not... Okay. That's a lot easier than I remember it being. I have to just figure out how to hit these other ones. But yeah, since everybody misreads it as Verizon, it's like, oh hey, we should name it a different type of cell phone, and just called it T-Mobile. And then, very shortly after, ran into a Salamence, which isn't a legendary, but it's still pretty good. Named that one Samsung. And then, almost immediately afterwards, ran into Arceus. We're like, alright. So, definitely wanted to catch that one. Named that one Nokia. I think I don't know anything about cell phones because I don't really use them. I have a very basic one just for... I hesitate to say necessity because even that's not really true. Like, I could probably function without this thing because I only really use it whenever, like, I go out and need it for whatever reason. I don't ever really talk to people otherwise. But, what was it? I guess, like, Nokia is known for being, like, ridiculously strong and, like, can withstand anything. I guess. I think that's the right phone. I don't really remember for sure. But that was why that one was chosen. Then there were only so many Pokemon I got in this anyway, so, like, all these weren't necessarily used on the team, but, there was a Shuckle given by the person that normally gives you a Pan Monkey. He gave a yeah, he gave the Shuckle, and we named that one Stall Lord. Caught a Purugly for whatever reason, named it Big, because Big is a stupid name. There was a Zoroark, which I specifically remember having, like, a kind of upsetting intro animation, because it's like, you're just wandering in the grass, and all of a sudden, the screen, like, freaks the hell out and does this weird effect and zooms in, because that's what happens when you encounter Zoroark in the original game. So that one actually had Speed Boost as an ability, called that one Sprint. Shortly after got a Deoxys, named it Android. And then, okay, hold on, I need to decide if I want Fire Blast. I usually prefer Flamethrower, because it's 95 perfect accuracy. Fire Blast 120, accuracy 85. Obviously I've been using Fire Blast a lot with Sponge earlier in the run. It has a pretty good accuracy, but if we're going purely off of reliability and the fact that Flamethrower has a lot more PP, I usually would want to stick with this one, so we're going to do that. If I ever change my mind, I can buy it. Okay, are we almost done here? No, no evolution. Okay. So, gotta go heal again, and then we'll get the stupid snow puzzle out of the way. But yeah, that was, like I said, Deoxys, named it Android, and then the last Pokemon of the playthrough before I stopped doing it was, the one that pretty much everybody remembers from that one, where I basically, like, because I had been running into all these legendaries and making my whole team out of all of them, there was a part where I found a net ball. Or it was a net ball or a dive ball. And I'm like, well, I'll use this thing when I inevitably find Kyogre, because it'll be, like, easily caught with this, because it's a water type. And then, like, 2 seconds later, I run into Groudon, and it was amazing. And the Groudon was nicknamed Big Anders, going against the cell phone theme, because Big Anders was what we named the computer, and this was the same day that we had gotten the computer, so, to this day, actually, I say to this day as if this is like a recurring thing when it's really not. Let me reword this. When I caught Groudon in Omega Ruby, I called it Big Anders, so yeah, I nicknamed it that exactly one other time, but it will continue to be a recurring trend if I ever catch another one at some point. And that's basically it. The first playthrough stopped long before even getting to the first gym, if I remember right. The black randomized, I got through the second gym, and that was it. It's one of those things where... Actually, I don't even know if I still have that file. I probably do, if I ever wanted to pick it up again. But I don't see myself doing it. It was pretty much just a one-off. There is a certain other, like, Pokemon playthrough that I started and didn't finish that I might eventually get back to, but that's a story for another day. Anyway, trying to figure out how to get rid of that frickin' snowball there. I have to get to this patch. I'm trying to figure out how to get to said patch. Actually, can I just go across the top wall there? Is it really that easy? Let's see. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. Get rid of that one. And now I should be able to just kind of go through the middle. And then I get there and it turns out my team is not even close to being ready for this, and I have to redo the puzzle anyway. Not sure how to get rid of that snowball. Don't really care, though. Okay, so let's start out with somebody who is not particularly going to be that good against most of the ice types. Actually, I do have Iron Tail on it, though. And we'll see how this goes. Insert random Phineas and Ferb Candace reference here. I'm not sure what it would be, but you can use your imagination, because I'm not going to. Okay, so basically here, It's a matter of who gets in the attack first. I'm guessing the Sneasel probably does. If I can hit with Iron Tail, that would be nice. Will I die from a single feint attack? Yes, yes I will. I'm not sure if that shows Pichu's terrible defenses or Sneasel's relatively good attack. Probably a combination of both, but... let's... I would say let's go ahead and get up a rollout sweep, but I don't necessarily want to do that unless I need to, so... Let's just do a Force Palm. Oh shit. Okay, well, surviving things is always good. Bet you would have never guessed that living an attack is better than not living to the attack. Alright, so Frostlass, I cannot hit with fighting. Could start a rollout sweep. Could just use Flamethrower. Let's just use Flamethrower. Trying to get through this fight without using the speed up button because I rely on that way too much. Oh boy, my favorite. Now here's where the added accuracy might be a useful thing. Okay, good. Probably still won't kill it, but I can at least get it down a bit. Okay. And will she use a full restore? Also, what is this bullshit? Okay, it's just a citrus. Whenever I see that animation, I'm always, like, paranoid that they just happen to have the right berry to cure whatever that thing was. Like, in this case, it was burn. Sometimes it's paralysis, whatever the case may be. Alright, so this will get it down low. Burn will probably finish it off, and then we'll all have a happy day. Yeah, Frostlass is cool. It is a interesting design. I like it quite a bit more than Glalie. Okay. Now, I'm going to do specifically what I hate doing here, just so I can point out the stupidity of it. Back in the original Gold and Silver, I had the strategy guide, and for the battle against Bryce, it was, yeah, no, Price. I'm getting Price and Bryson confused. The battle against Price, he has a pile of swine, and the guide said that, like, because this thing is part ground, you're able to use, like, water or grass against it, and it'll be super effective. And, for whatever reason, reading that, and then, like, the idea of using a water move against this thing has always, like... I'm not even sure how to word this. It like, gives me the sensation of eating something mint-flavored, followed by taking a drink of Coke. It's like, if you've ever done this, you should know what I mean. It's like this really weird, kind of gross, metallic aftertaste. And it has nothing at all to do with the subject at all. I have no explanation for this, other than, like, it's an ice type and you're getting it wet, and it's like mint is kind of, like, has connotations with crisp, cold, and then your drink. I don't freaking know. But that was what I took away from it, and it has stuck with me all these years. It's kind of like how, for some reason, the, Raphael the Raven stage in Tetris Attack reminds me of Captain Crunch. I don't think I was eating it when I played that level, so I don't know why I have that association, but I do anyway. If you want an association that that's food-related that does make sense, there's the, I'm trying to think, what do you call it? Like, the bonus level of World 2 in Yoshi's Island. The one where you, like, ride on all the really fast platforms. That one reminds me of egg salad sandwiches and those white chocolate-covered Oreos that you can find at Christmas. because I'm pretty sure that's what I had when I first played that level. It's a strange combination of things, and I don't know if I necessarily had both of those at the same time. It might have been, like one time, and then when I replayed the game it was the other. I don't really know. Good job, you're just kind of getting blocked by the Abomasnow. Anyway, getting back to the battle, here's Abomasnow. It's insert various Barack Obama jokes here. It also looks like Zoidberg, and it has purple eyes for some reason. It is also 4 times weak to fire, so let's see if this will be enough to finish it off. Snow Warning is not a great ability to have on your side, really, because it only benefits the Ice type, and you're usually not going to use more than one of them. But yeah, there it goes with no fanfare. Yes, go back. Okay, so now we can use Rock Climb. And I'm thinking this is Avalanche. Yeah. Can anybody learn that? I'm gonna guess no. No, they cannot. Okay. Anyway, let's go leave, and then probably plot-related stuff, because that's what always happens after the 7th gem. No, didn't immediately get ambushed. That's surprising. Alright, anyway. Maylene, why are you still here? Alright, so at this point, I basically need to figure out what I'm doing with HMs. I don't think there's that many places left in the game where I'll need to use Cut. And if I ever do, they should be on Tropius. Yeah, so I think I'm going to get rid of Cut, put on Rock Climb. Eventually I'll have to teach this thing Waterfall too, but I don't have to worry about that for another few segments at least. So let's go ahead, get the move deleter, and then I guess we're going to go off on a whirlwind adventure to find various strength boulders and rock climb walls and see what they have to offer us. It's going to be fun on a bun on another bun. I will show off a couple of them in real time because I at least remember where they are, but then I'll probably have to like go off screen and look up where the rest of them... Why am I going in the mart? I know it's not the freaking mart. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. Here he is, and the move deleter. I find a piece of cheese in my leg. Oh my god. That's what he said. It was in the subtext. Alright, I am now able to scale walls with the speed of a Fahokwagad. A single Fahokwagad. Alright, so there should be some strength boulders in Orberg Gate. Let me go check that out. I seem to remember them being in here at least. No. Because I know I went in here like a couple times already, and I think I kept getting stopped by stuff. So maybe this will be the time that I'm finally through with it. Yeah, I think there was like a dragon tamer over here actually, let's see. Or a veteran or something like that. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so to fight said veteran, I will lead with you. For whatever reason. And is he going to be over-leveled as shit? Probably not. Okay, good. However, we are obligated to have a mirror match, so let me go ahead and switch out. It's a good noise. That's not as good as... which is the noise of Rock Slide from Gen 1. Like, obviously my impression there didn't even come close to doing it justice. It's just this loud freaking screeching noise that sounds nothing at all like rocks. This thing's gonna have Intimidate. Oh well, I can use defense curl and get the thing back up. That's such a weird concept of using defense curl to boost your attack, but in this case it does make sense. Off we go. Oh. Well, damn. A trainer actually doing something intelligent. Doesn't matter because... Oh, wait, actually, it does matter a little bit. Yep. Such is the power of rollout with the metronome. No, I cannot believe it. Alright. And here we have... Turns out it's just actually a Pokeball. Or it's like an Amoonguss. One generation before it was introduced. Earthplant, alright. That could be useful for boosting Earthquake. What did I give you to hold? King's Rock. And we'll stick with King's Rock for now. And, oh no, I have been thwarted by this grand puzzle. First you have to break a rock, then you have to push a different rock. And you get... Focus Punch. Don't think I feel like teaching that to anybody, but let me check compatibility anyway. Focus Punch, you have to, like, not get hit by an attack on the turn, so you have to, like, predict when they're... Actually, quite a few things can learn it. I'll hold on to it, but yeah. You have to, like, either predict when the opponent is going to use a non-damaging move, or, like, prevent them from using one, which does work well with Substitute. I actually did have a sub-punching... Yeah, the Hariyama named Tori from the Diamond playthrough. That one was a sub-puncher. It was fairly annoying to use in-game because it's like 2 turns to get off an attack and you lose HP in the process, and Focus Punch has like 5 PP, but it worked. Okay, so that's it for this place. If we can please stop getting wild encounters. Come on. Okay, so let's see. There's that place. There's a lot of rock climb walls over by the hotel, which I could check out, which I will probably do in a minute. Don't think there was anything in the Ironworks. There's probably some by Mount Coronet in both locations. I'll check those in a minute. I know there's a rock climb wall on this route. Yeah, let's just go to the hotel, I guess. I know there's also a wall in Veilstone. I think it just leads to a full incense, if I remember right. But anyway, since we're in the middle of a long, tedious section that has no real reason to be shown, and yet is being shown anyway, I will reveal the grand conclusion to the car story from a few segments ago, where I mentioned that the car, like, randomly had battery problems. Basically what happened was, like, I mentioned that the car was getting towed, like, while I was doing the editing of the video, because it took frickin' forever for the guy to show up. But it did get towed, didn't have to pay for anything because of insurance, so that was good. It, again, probably didn't need to be towed because it was just a dead battery, could have just gotten a jump, but whatever. That was all taken care of, it's all fine. Then, a few days ago, basically Brenna determined that we needed to get the new license plates, because we still have the Illinois plates on the car, and, like, update our IDs and stuff. And so, come to find that Texas has different laws on that than we were used to. You have to get the car inspected for, like, safety, emissions, various stuff, and it has to pass the inspections before you can actually get it registered and get your plate and your stickers and all that shit. So, we go to a place to get it inspected, and they have us wait for like a half an hour, and then guy comes out and he's like, the car didn't pass because there was no record of something to do with the emissions testing. I don't know what it was. There was no record of it because the onboard computer was wiped, and it was wiped because you got a new battery. So, in order to fix this problem, you need to go drive the car for about 30 miles and then come back. And she's like, why would I want to, like, if you're concerned about emissions, why would you want me to drive and put more gases into the air to test this? But he's like, well, it's what has to be done. So, go and drive it for a while, come back, have it tested, still not good enough. So we're like, fuck it, we're gonna try another day. So we go to a different place after driving a bit more and hopefully getting like enough record on the car or whatever the hell it needs. Take it to a different place, guy looks at it, wait a half hour, still not good enough. So he's like, so you need to go drive it for about 40 more miles, and we're like, why? Why are we having to freaking do this? So it's like, well, I guess we'll just be off then. I have to point out at this time that when we arrived in Texas, which was March 16th, she had about a half tank of gas because we filled up somewhere else in the state while traveling, and got here with a half tank. That tank of gas had never been refilled until yesterday, because we don't go anywhere. Like, we go to Walmart for shopping every once in a while, and that's basically it. So we're like having to put all these unnecessary miles on the car, getting gas when we don't really need to get gas. Have to get the thing tested 4 times, and then finally, after the 4th time, it finally passed. Had to go to the DMV, which was... No, it wasn't the DMV, it was like... What the hell was it? Some tax place in Dallas, and... Like, we're not used to driving in a city either, and it's really hard to figure out where you're going, and there's no parking. Find this weird parking garage that has, like, an elevator that leads up into a shed. And then there's just this log cabin and, like, a giant eyeball. I swear I'm not making this shit up. We find the tax office, and they're like, oh, we moved. You gotta go here, and they give this slip of paper that shows where it moved to, and go past the log cabin, bunch of random people riding around on Segways. It was a generally fun time. So we get there, have to turn in all this paperwork, pay $200 fricking dollars to get the plates because of the, like, welcome to the state, here, pay us $200 fee. That's literally what it is. And still have not gotten IDs, but we're going to worry about that at some other point. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and cut here, and show where other crap is, because that was about all I had for that story. Is it going to be a full incense? Yes, it is. That was exciting. Oh, found a rock climb wall. Let's see what's up it. What's up it? What's up it? Okay, I'm done. Well, there's a trainer up it. That's one thing. And there's probably some kind of hidden item under those rocks or something, so... Alexander! Just reminds me of Alexandre, the cat from Home Movies. They started to name it and then got busy. Alright, that was a good battle. Yay, Plapfth, best Pokemon. I don't know why everybody hates Plapfth so much. It's a Moai head with a giant mustache made out of iron filings, with a really doofy hat, and mini noses. Like, what's not to love about that? It's amazing. Alright, anyways. Plapfth dead. And over here we have... possibly something. Let's see. Star Pace. Alright, I will take that. And since there's probably other strength crap in here, I'll check it out while I'm in the area. Get out of my way, random karate men. Now this place is eventually going to lead up to the top of the mountain, which I am not prepared to do yet. So I think I'll just check out that area later when I'm forced to. I'm saving Lake Acuity for last because I know that I have to go there to progress the plot, so I'm just trying to get the rest of the stuff out of the way. Looks like probably not much else in this particular cave. There might be some on the outside of it. Let's check over here, though. No, that just leads to the rock climb wall. Okay. And over here we have another item. How do I get to said item? I probably have to, like, choke a bitch. Oh. I guess I come out of a cave somewhere. I will find that at some point. That time will not be now. I don't feel like cutting again, so let's go ahead and check out the other part. The other part that was stated in a very sentence. Couldn't think of the word. I'm like trying to sentence. That's just my default answer now. Whenever I like can't finish what I'm saying or can't think of the word, I'll just go sentence and then that'll be it. I mean, I've been doing that for a while now, but whatever. There. Looks like no rock climb wall over there. Okay, that's one less thing to worry about. And in here, I believe this is... No, go away. Did I already check this area? Because I think I had to go through this to get to... Yeah. I very much had to go through this to get to Snow Point. There is an item here, though. No. No. Wish I wasn't too lazy to use repels. This, I believe, is a shortcut from the other part of Mount Coronet, so I don't need to worry about that, really. Yeah, that part I've already been to, because that led to Feebass Lake and other such goodies. Here we have a rock climb wall. No, I don't need to break that one. And... Psychic, okay. Good move. I already have it on what I need it to be on. Is it learnable by anybody else? Let's find out. Surprisingly by you. I think you're only using physical attacks though, right? So... Actually, the two stats are like almost even. I might get rid of Feint Attack. That's a possibility. I will keep it in mind. The Psychic is not a bad move. Is that it for this place? There's still the foggy route over to the right, which I'll be looking at in a second here. Looks like that's about it for here. At some point I should go back to Lake Verity and see if it can be surfed on yet. That thing I need Waterfall for. This route really likes you having to come back for stuff, doesn't it? Yeah, I already did that. I swear there's a rock climb wall somewhere here. Yeah, because doesn't it lead to, like, the person that teaches you, like, Draco Meteor or something? No items here? Well, there's one there. I'll have to remember that. Okay. Oh, boy. Is it going to be Rattata? No, Rattata isn't even in the regional decks. It's Mr. Dr. Professor Patrick, and he has a Gibble. Not a Gibble, a Gibble. I'm actually not even sure if Gibble is the correct pronunciation, but I assume it is. I just wanted to call it Gibble to be stupid. Or I'll call it, like, Giblet. Alright, yeah, let's just... Well, that did a lot less than I thought it would, even with the barrier. And you're dead. Did he say, like, gee golly gosh? It looked like he said something like that. Grandma Wilma's house. Grandma Antpaw. They call me Grandma Wilma because that's my name. Yes. And it turns out all of them can learn it. Draco Meteor's just... I don't think I've ever actually used it now that I think about it. Doesn't it, like, decrease your special attack when you use it? It's like Leaf Tornado or No, what is it? Leaf Storm? I forget which move it is. It's the one that, like, everybody uses on, Contrary Superior. Okay, Shiny Stone. Not that I need it, but good to know, I suppose. And there's Battle Bee's Lumpkin, which is also known as just a lump on the ground. And I think that might have been it. I'm not seeing a whole lot else to do. So in terms of places I still haven't explored, you know what, let's go to Lake Verity. I want to make sure. Or, is it Verity? Yeah, it's Verity. Because I wasn't able to surf here earlier. I might be able to now. No. Oh, yeah, I can. And also, here's Peoples's. Well, too bad. They already killed them all. I'm worried about Donut. Donut is the best name for a character. I will stand by this decision. Yeah, for some reason you just couldn't surf here earlier. I don't really know why. Another Fire Blast TM. Oh no. This is the first... Because this one's buyable in the department store, and something tried to learn Fire Blast recently. I was, like, for some reason thinking I found a bunch of them like, all in one time frame. Okay. By the way, I checked Lake Valor off screen, and it's still drained and filled with Magikarp, so I can't really do anything there. Yeah, let's just keep running into Psyduck. I sure don't want to see another Psyduck, especially not a shiny one. Especially not a shiny one. Okay. Don't know why I'm going in here, because I know there's nothing in here yet. Yeah. Again, I've been kind of wasting your time for the past 10 minutes here, so I'll probably just stop, but, sentence. Okay, no, seriously, though. Next time, we'll be checking out the lake here, probably doing a Team Galactic fight. Then probably running around and doing a bunch of other Team Galactic fights. And then Satan.